Yeah, it's strictly money over bitches.
Yeah, we never drop the ball, homie. We always go the distance. Hey, check us out, man. I'm opening up with something new. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Good morning and good evening. Welcome for joining us on another show. Check us out, man.
Sensational ministers.
This my me back in my music days. Me and L Boogie,
They
man.
hella hated me. I elevated it.
Tell us
Any
what you
track
think.
that I murdered was premeditated. So please stop talking shit outside of your neck and catch something out the side of your car door to leave your
That's that
neck
boy Go.
outside of your
L
door.
Boogie.
Faster than exhaust. My foot to the floor. Catch the smoke from the exhaust. Floor. Yeah, like this.
Hey, beat done in-house, lyrics done in-house by us.
I give out promises. These niggas give threats. That's why when they foul, my niggas give text. Blow. Strictly money, yeah,
Good
we
morning,
killing
good morning,
them.
and good evening,
X-Slack
everybody.
swag, yeah, we on this shit again. And we
All
always
overseas
come
brothers
prepared,
and
so you
sisters and all
can't tell
my
me shit
in-state.
like they hear it impaired. Yeah, it's strictly money over everything. Yeah, it's strictly money over bitches. We always go the distance, and this is small bite music, and this is small bite music, and this is small bite music. Rise up, fuck nigga, you should choose.
I'm a young Maximilian and I'm looking for some foreign bucks. If your bitch wanna feel, she can ride my tour bus. I'm a hustler, got to get it, stay low key from the Jakes. With a fresh fitted and I keep it like with grapes. Steady gaining LBs, you steady dropping weight. Moving at a rapid pace. Y'all niggas snails in this Indy 500.
It's an old song. It's an old song, y'all. It's real old. So it's
Fresh
old.
out that cloud packing, no more with endo. I excreate defecation, intelligence for mass circulation. Prepare from the dope, self-strangulation. If rap should 9 to 5, we need a new occupation. Strictly money, ENT in this bitch Cajun. Click so infernal, any 16 we blaze. Now the flame to the switch, and I'm headed uptown. I'll be out
Like the lights when the switch go down, down. That is strictly money over everything. It's strictly money over boop. It's always out the ball, man.
Just get on the hook.
Yeah.
This is
Small Life Music. This is the Small Life Music. Let's get the show started. Hold on. What? We have to tell them what?
money over everything, yeah, that's what they yelling.
Be careful nowadays, cause you know these niggas tellin'.
And most other niggas aren't no convicted felons.
Say they didn't wanna listen, but you know we tried to tell them.
Strictly money over bitches, yeah, that's what they yelling.
Be careful nowadays, cause you know these niggas tellin'.
And that's the quickest way a nigga gon' split your melon.
Yeah, it's strictly money over everything.
Strictly money over. We never got the ball. We get better with that. Yeah. This is Small Life Music. And this is Small Life Music. This is Small Life Music.
Wise up,
You can choose. Oh no, that's a little bit too much. We ain't gonna do that. Hey man. Hey, good morning, and good evening and grand rising to all my beautiful peoples and sisters out there, man. That was a blast for the past, man. I just wanted to open up the show with some music that me and my cohort did. What year was that? This was a while ago because we're in 24. This was back in the early 2000s.
Probably like I want to say 12.
Yeah, back in 2012. Yeah, that's some old.
12 years ago.
Yeah. But we appreciate y'all for listening. Hey, man. So first and foremost, man, I want to give a big ups to all my followers, viewers, fans, and subscribers for tuning in tonight. Also, I want to give a big up to all my moderators in the building, man. Young Boy Maya Bucks, Master Teacher Fox Die, TLS, most definitely. Preston McKenzie, aka Brother P Mac, and my big bro for show breaking of the real Professor Remo Williams. Big ups to them brothers. for helping me continue, bearded conversation. So with that being said, we're gonna get it started. Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another episode of Bearded Conversation. I am your host, Beard Gang is Khan, and this is your co-host for the evening,
L
Boogie, man. As y'all can see, man, Roscoe Samuels. Yeah, I'm saying he couldn't make it tonight, but that's okay. The link is in the chat. Roscoe, if you out there, man, hit that link in the chat. So before
where's
where's Roscoe? Like
Where
Waldo.
in
So,
the
but before we go
world is
forward, man,
Roscoe Chain?
before we go forward, let me pay some bills real quick before we go forward, man. Yeah, man. Hey, make sure y'all check out Lynn Chicago Pizza, all one word on Instagram. That's Lynn Chicago Pizza. Located 17561 South Casey. Located 17561 South Casey in Hazelcrest, Illinois. After you get get your little eat on, man. You want to do some grown folks thing. Make sure y'all check out Cafe with Grown Folks Play. Located 17553 South Casey. 17553 South Casey. Also located in Hazelcrest, Illinois. And if you far south side, man, and you want some good southern cooking, some good soul food, check out Dan Soul Food and Bakery, located 2523 West 79th Street, 2523 West 79th Street, and Chicagoland surrounding suburban areas. For your medical wellness, check out the House of Health and Wellness. The House of Health and Wellness, located 1400 Torrance Avenue, Suite 213. Again, that's 1400 Torrance Avenue, Suite 213. Make sure y'all go check them guys out, man. And when y'all get there, let them know Bearded Conversation sent you. Hey, check them out. Also, man, Bearded Conversation. Go follow us on all social media platforms: TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook. And when you get to the YouTube channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thumb up the video.
Pass it around.
And share the content. Yeah, most definitely share.
Like contraband.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna necessarily say like contraband, but just share it.
People will be quick to share contraband more so than something. You know what I'm saying? So share like it's that.
Yeah.
You get that out quick.
So
share like it was crack in the 80s. Share like that.
but for all your apparel, man, make sure y'all go check out the page, man. Off the block _Beard Gang Apparel on Instagram. We do custom work, so if you DM us, we will get back to you. Make sure you go follow us on Off the Block _Beard Gang Apparel for all the Beard Gang merch and for all the Bearded Conversation merch. Also, 8/21/24 this year, man. Summertime, my B-Day, we will be throwing our first youth event.
First youth event on my man's
/ back to school.
He's turning 29.
Yeah, I'll be 29. So I'm trying to give away 40 book bags, with school supplies, what I'm saying, for the youth, feed them. And how to provide good music. So we also looking for any vendors, any music artists or anybody else that want to help that day be productive. Come on out and hit us up. Also, I'm trying to link up with a church to do these things.
So,
that's usually not what I do. But
for reals,
I'm going
step foot step on fire.
I'm gonna try something. They want to link with me and do something for the for Juneteenth. So yeah, I'm gonna check them out. Yeah, for Juneteenth. But so 8/21
church doing something for the Juneteenth.
Yeah, so 8/21/24. 8/21/24. That's what I'll be doing. 8/21/24.
Smoking.
So with that being said, man, yeah, that's what's going on. Hey, what's going on, brother? What's going on, brother? Can you hear me?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
How's everybody doing? Everything's going.
You look familiar, brother. You look familiar to me, brother. You look like this young man I once upon a time knew named Sean.
I know. I got a face that everybody knows. I got one of those everyday faces.
Yeah, he's a skateboarder. He's a skateboarder. What's going on with you tonight? How you feel, brother?
I'm doing fine. Let me get my light set up here so I can get a little bit more light going here.
Yeah. We appreciate you for joining us here on Bearded Conversation, man.
Definitely.
It's early in the morning here. It's
yeah. It's like 4 or 3. What is it? What 4?
It's 4 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah. See, it's 9 p.m. here. So yeah. You know, a lot of my people were asking me to make a time adjustment, but then I was thinking, well, if I made a time adjustment, it'll be different here because about time so it's 4, so it'll be 6. So if I went on at 11, everybody will be asleep here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
No. I'm glad you guys invited me. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So how's it going? What's going on out there? Where you? What part of where you at over there?
Well, hold on one second. We're getting a lot of doubling. All right. There we go. Yeah, I'm in Amsterdam right now.
Okay.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I'm living. Yeah. And just living here for the last 4 years now. Before that, I was in Singapore. Before that, I was in London, and before that, I was in Tokyo. So I've been around.
Okay, so you're a well-traveled man. So so what took you to all those places, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, back in the day, so we're gonna go back to the 90s. You guys don't mind? I'm gonna date myself.
Go ahead.
And I was working for a gentleman named Babyface. And in LA, he had a studio at that time called Yab Young. And it was named after, and then eventually when he had his first kid, he changed it to Brandon's Way. But during that time, it was called Yab Young. And working there as a kind of a PA to his wife, Tracy, at that time. And also as a assistant engineer as well, just, you know, kind of a gopher kind of thing.
Right.
And doing what I could. There was a lot of artists there, so sometimes I would try to get in and say, "Hey, you need me to record your session?" Because I was an engineer.
Yeah, get that practice in.
Right, exactly. Well, that's what those intern jobs were like. I don't know if you can do that anymore. Unfortunately, I think that the days for that kind of thing is gone. But back then, you could get a job there. It didn't pay. There's no money. It was a free position.
Yeah.
But it would at least get you in and introduced, and that was always a good thing.
Yeah, that's what's up. So that's what got you trapped, man. I'm jealous, man. You got one of my moderators in the bit. He said he's jealous, man. What's going on, Glenn? Be in the chat. Hey, shout out to everybody out there in the chat, man. What's going on, y'all? Miss Larissa, Glenn, just 70. What that say? Justo 78. Freddie, good morning, Freddie. Good morning, Freddie. Upstairs to write music. What's going on, brother? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Hey, well, what you got? What's your name, brother? Because so you're upstairs to the right. Me, okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm upstairs to the right. So I'm Mike McWilliams. And so yeah, there's a lot of doubling here, guys. So if I pause before my answers, just because I'm waiting for the catch up.
Yeah.
So to continue that story, so working for Babyface, man, it was great because I got to meet a lot of artists. I was behind the scenes and doing a lot of cool things. A story for another time. But the problem was there was just no money in it, and I had rent to pay, and a car note, and all that other stuff. And a friend of mine said to me, "Well, you're pretty good at being an all-round musician. Maybe I can get you a spot gigging in Tokyo." At that time, it was very popular for R&B artists to go to Tokyo and perform. A lot of singers, a lot of musicians, a lot of people went over there in the 90s. And when I got over to Tokyo, so I said, fine, I'll do it. It was supposed to be for 3 months at a time. I was playing piano, and I had a vocalist named Nyamisha Wilson.
Interesting.
She's still out there singing. And she and I were supposed to do a 3-month tour there, and for me, it ended up being 18 years.
Okay. You liked it a little bit too much.
Well, the thing is that my goal was to be in the music business, my goal was to be in the music business and avoid the bad part of the business. I really just wanted to do the work. And over in Japan, there was not a lot of the funny business that was going on in LA. See, I grew up in LA.
Okay.
I'm from LA. So I grew up in the entertainment business. Part of LA, I grew up in, it's called Windsor Hills, Baldwin Hills. So that's where I'm from in LA. And I always wanted to be in the business, but I didn't want to get into the bad parts of it. So being over in Tokyo, I could be an engineer, I could be a musician, I could be a producer, but I didn't have to, give up too much, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, actually going to Tokyo is still popular today. Drake got a big following and a big fan over in Tokyo. A lot of pop artists are real popular over in Tokyo today. So Tokyo is still one of the main places, you know what I'm saying? That's real popular. Not only just for R&B, but like I say, for the hip hop, the pop genre.
Yeah, back then it was really a big R&B scene, man. It was really, really, really the thing. And that, as a matter of fact, I would say that most, if you were in an R&B group, you probably couldn't get a booking at that time in the 90s. It was a really good opportunity for a lot of Black musicians to go over there and get steady, good paying work, because it paid really well.
Wow.
And they put you up in accommodation if you had an agent, which I did. And it was interesting work, because you would work. It was one of those kind of you work 2 weeks, then you get a Sunday or off, and then you work. It's like you only got two off days in a month, but you had the daytimes free. It was all nighttime work, so you were working probably from 7 p.m. to around 1 a.m. and you were doing 45-minute sets and then a 15-minute rest and a 45-minute set and 15 rest. It was that kind of thing.
Oh, that ain't bad. But I want to ask you about you said you played the piano. How long is that the only instrument you play, and how long have you been playing the piano?
No. So I grew up in my neighborhood. We had a piano teacher, Miss Gallagher. So it was natural for all of us to my brother went, my sister went, I went. But my love was with guitar and bass. In my neighborhood, we have garages back then, and nobody in California parked their car inside the garage. Everybody parked outside. The garage is usually used as like a studio or a secondary kind of like apartment or something that you stick the relatives that you don't want in the house over there in the garage.
Kind of like what we do here in Chicago, but with some people park their cars. But like
right.
Yeah.
So I grew up. So I grew up in the situation where everybody was having instruments in their garage. And my friend John McKnight, which he is a multi-instrumentalist too. As a matter of fact, he played trombone. There's this old song by a group called Fishbone, Party at Ground Zero. And there's a trombone part that song has. Well, that's my friend John McKnight playing that.
Okay.
So and he played that when he was 17. At that time when we were same age. And so in his garage, he had drums, bass, guitars. He had every instrument. So we would play musical chairs. I would start all on the drums. John would be on bass. My friend Drake would be on guitar. Then we would switch. Then I'd be on guitar. Somebody else would be on keys, and we would switch. So that way we learned how to play I learned how to play all the instruments.
Oh, okay. So, man, hey, some people in my chat want to know. So I got a few questions. My people in the chat want to know, how do you like being in Europe versus being here in the States, and what are some of the advantages of being, or what are some of the perks of living in Amsterdam versus being here in the States?
Well, if you're an American, and you start a business in the Netherlands, because they have a kind of a treaty between the two countries
Mhm.
where you can get residency here if you open up a business.
Mm.
So for an American, coming here to the Netherlands is an attractive thing because
Okay.
you don't have to jump through a lot of the hoops. Or in Japan, what I had to do is I didn't have a work visa when I first went to Japan. Every 3 months, my visa was up, so I had to fly to Korea for a few days, then fly back into Japan to get a new 3-month visa.
Okay.
So that was a lot of hassle, and so they don't have anything like that. So this treaty, this Dutch-American treaty, allows an American, and also there's a Japan. So if you're Japanese, so those are two countries, Japan and United States. If you come from those countries, you can come here, open a business, and you can stay.
Mm.
You can stay.
Mm. So is it hard to get citizenship there if you're an American?
No. Well, citizenship, you can get resident. What you can do is you can get residency. Citizenship, that would involve you giving up your passport,
Whoa.
which, by the way, is going to cost you, I do believe, to give up U.S. citizenship today costs you about $25,000.
What? To give it up?
And to give it up, yes. To give it up. And also, if you do give up your U.S. passport, when you get to the United States, you have no priority at all. As a matter of fact, you get in line with with all the rest of the foreign nationals. So, you once you're gone, you're gone. But it's not necessary to do that. Like I said, you can get residency here. You get permanent residency, which is what you want. Permanent residency means that you're here, you have a card, you're in the system.
Yeah.
And that's the way to go.
So that's what. So no dual citizenship. You couldn't have dual citizenship.
No. You can have dual citizenship in Portugal and Dominican Republic, a couple other places where you can buy a passport if you contribute. Also Thailand too. If you contribute somewhere in the neighborhood of $800,000. So if you buy property or you invest in or something along those lines, sometimes $500,000 to $800,000, and you can buy a passport and get a second citizenship. You can do that.
Yeah, like one of my good
I don't know if it's worth it.
It's worth it, I guess. I mean, I love it. If I had the cash, I probably would invest in something like that. I think it'd be worth it. But I wouldn't want to lose. I wouldn't want to lose the privilege of coming back into the United States, though. So
when you give up that privilege, when you walk out and say, "Hey guys, that's it. Take my passport. I'm gone." Then that's it.
Okay. What about the nightlife in the Netherlands? How's the nightlife? What's going on with the scene in the nightlife and the food and the things of that nature? What's going on with that out there?
Well, this place is funny. This place is funny because Amsterdam is known for the weed capital of the world.
Oh yeah,
and I would say that that's I went to San Francisco a couple of years ago, and I was walking down the street, and every other step I could smell weed. Yeah. And I thought that was excessive. I thought that was like really bad, But here in Amsterdam, it's not every other step; it's every other step. So you smell weed, but I think that one of the beautiful things about living here in the nightlife is the fact that there's so many different things that you can get into, or you can do nothing, stay home, which is what I do. Okay. I don't go out.
Okay.
But it's more than just marijuana is the point. That there's more going on here than that.
Yeah, there's a lot more. So one of my viewers said, can you have dual citizenship in Switzerland? Do you know?
But that's again Well, again, the Switzerland is one of those places where there's a story of an American lady who was married to a Swiss guy, and she was trying to do that, and she ran into a lot of problems. A very long, convoluted story, but just as to say that there are very few countries that you can get dual citizenship, and if you start rocking the boat too much, you can cause yourself problems as well. So,
Okay.
yeah.
It's best. So basically, what he's saying, if you're an American, it's best to
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
want for the residency.
Yeah. El Boogie say he gonna go for the registry. I can't even get it out. Residency. Man said
Residency.
Yeah, residency. Yeah.
Permanent residency.
Yeah.
Permanent residency.
Go for that.
So, one of the moderators said that's why he'd rather go to the UAE.
Yeah, there's a lot of countries, but everybody's thinking about. This is the funny thing, is that in the last. So I've been out of the United States since 1995. Okay, so it's been a long time. And the funny thing is, during that time, I didn't run into a lot of brothers. I'll be frank with you. I did not. Now, I know these days the whole passport bro thing is the big thing, and it's a big catchphrase, because everybody these days, it seems, has to have a catchphrase, and the passport bros being one of them. But there were passport bros back in the 70s. I ran into the brothers that I did run into were the ones that were living there before me. My guitar teacher, High Tide Harris, he's in the Memphis Hall of Fame. Okay. He's very well known. Hollywood did a lot of work back in Hollywood in black exploitation movies, writing the themes and doing stuff like that. Okay, and he was there. He was there.
For this information, brother. Hey, man. Hey, everybody tonight, man. We got this brother, man. What's your name? One more time, brother.
Mike McWilliams, upstairs to the right music.
Mike McWilliams, man. He's joining us here on Bearded Conversation tonight, man. Yeah, brother. He bringing a lot of good information, man. I'm enjoying you tonight, brother. I'm enjoying you tonight.
Definitely.
Yeah. But so, see, he was there, since 1970. I'm sorry, 78, 79. So he had been there quite for a minute too. And those were the only guys that really I would run into, or the ones who just hung around. Eventually I ended up being one myself there for a minute. But there wasn't a lot of African Americans traveling around, to be honest, in Japan at that time. The only ones that were there really were the ones that were working as musicians. And once I fell out of the nightlife, because I stopped playing after my first 2 years there, I actually stopped playing in the clubs because I didn't want to be around. Even then, it was crazy because you had hostesses who wanted to get with the brothers. So these were Japanese women who were nightlife women, mizu shobai is what they call it. And they were trying to hook up with brothers, and brothers were fighting each other over these women because these hostesses were giving these brothers, buying them suits and jewelry and Rolex watches and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. And I didn't want to have anything to do with that because, I had seen one too many fight break out backstage over some girl. And so I dipped out eventually. I said, this is not a life for me. I never really did that in LA. I never hung out after and partied and do things like that. So I got private gigs as a producer and as an artist there. So doing work with Sony Records. And it ended up being a better thing.
So, do you still have family over here? You still got family here?
Yeah. I got my folks of course, still in Windsor Hills.
Okay.
And my brother, my sister. So my folks and my sister still live in Baldwin, Windsor Hills, and brother is in Utah.
Well, okay. Now let's talk more about this music thing. So music seems to be your passion. So that's so. Do you still do music? Are you still producing? Are you still you have any projects you working on? Are you?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking. Thank you. Waiting for the delay here. All right. Yeah, I appreciate you asking. I am working on a project right now that I just finished. It's actually my last one. It'd be my 7th album. Uh, I'm kind of odd because I'm a rock guy. I like rock music.
Okay, hold on. Do me
So
a favor. What I would like for you to do, if possible, if you got any links that you could put, I got a private chat or any links that you could put in this chat, and I can have my moderators grab it and put it in the chat and pin.
yeah, let me see. I'll put it in here in the corner.
Yeah.
And let me see if I can pull one up while we're talking here. Yeah, here we go. Let me pull this up. But so I like rock music. That's really my thing. I'm really into the sound of that. Although my other work that I did is R&B. I've been able to, because to fast forward a little bit, eventually I started doing commercial music. I started doing music for TV commercials. And when you're doing that kind of production, you really need to know a whole lot of different styles. You need to know jazz, you need to know pop, you need to know rock, you need to know all this stuff. And so that made me a much broader musician doing TV commercials. And it freed me up and got me out of R&B a little bit too, because one of the first successful songs that I did for a hair product, a Japanese P&G hair product in Japan, was a rock song, and it did so well that that I recorded a long version of it with vocals, and that got out to on the radio in South Korea, and that really took me off in the direction of doing rock music because it was so successful. So that's how I got into that. Over here in the corner, I posted a link. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah,
you see that?
Sanaki Bandcamp.
In the private chat.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it on the screen. Good evening, Master Teacher. How you doing, brother? It's one of my moderators, brother Mikey. This is one of my moderators.
Hey.
How you doing, brother? Master Teacher, what's going on with you, brother?
All right.
Yeah, good evening.
Hey.
Yeah, so I put the link up. I put this link up in the chat for everybody watching. I put the link in the chat. That's the link here on the screen. So if y'all want to, screenshot it or go check it out.
I appreciate it. Yeah. So I started to put together my YouTube channel back in 2015. Actually, I was talking to a producer friend of mine, Jock Richmond. He was nominated for a Grammy because he recorded President Obama the audio version of his book. And so he was up for a Grammy over that. But we were sitting in a cafe in San Dimas, California, and I pitched him the idea of using YouTube in order to get away from the usual distribution systems and to do it ourselves. And here we are. That was 2015. It's 2024, so it took a minute. But essentially, that's my merch. Every YouTube channel at a certain point starts selling cups or mugs or T-shirts or whatever. My merch is my music. So it's like, go to my Asanoki and take a Bandcamp page and look at the music. I've got 2 albums there. Of the 7, the other 5 were on Spotify, but Spotify dropped everybody recently. So eventually I'm going to put everything on my Bandcamp. All the albums will be there eventually. But for right now, these are the 2 that I'm trying to focus on.
Okay, most definitely.
I wrote, produced, and played all the instruments on them, and sang and did all the vocals.
All right. So we heavy metal, we soft metal, we light metal.
It's classic rock. Classic rock. This is, classic rock with a little pop mixed in.
Classic rock. Give me 3 classic rocks right now, L Boogie. Give me 3 classic rock joints. Yeah. Well, but I like that.
Well, back to back, AC/DC's Back in Black. I remember when the first time I heard that, I was in Westwood, California, in 1981. They had just came out with that. In Westwood, at that Tower Records, they had these huge speakers out in front of the record store. So I'm walking down the street. I'm like 13, 14 years old. And I heard that, and the sound of that, boom, 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 boom. When I heard that for the first time, it was a revelation to me because I never heard drums and that kind of, because Led Zeppelin, they're rock, but they didn't have anything that just hit like that.
Yeah, he going classical. Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah. I mean, we could fast forward to the age of Stone Temple Pilots and Nirvana. We could talk about that stuff because obviously that was when I was really in the business.
I love Stone Temple Pilots. See, a lot of people.
But yeah, rock is in my blood. But a lot of music is in my blood. My dad used to listen to KKGO, which is a jazz channel in LA, and classical music. My mother liked country music, so we listened to a lot of John Denver and and Tammy Wynette and stuff like that. So I had a very broad musical beginnings.
Yeah. Hey, this brother L Boogie right here, sitting my co-host next to me too, man. He got a wide range of music expertise. He ain't gonna hear it right now. I'm shocked, but his music. But I say that to say because a lot of music that I listen to, I listen to all music, but you like the up to date music and just like doing music. He got me back into that. Like the song we played when the first started. He made the beat. He put it together. You know what I'm saying? He took us to the studio, you know what I'm saying? He didn't write my verse, but he helped me put it together and formulate it to where we can, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so he does this, he do it too, man. I'm surprised he ain't more engaging in the conversation, He just listening.
Yeah,
doing it for real.
A lot of there's a lot of super talented people out there. And I'm not talking about what you hear on the radio because as far as the radio is concerned, that's corporate mess.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter. But in the independent arena, I'm really, really, really happy to see more people doing it themselves. And it gets you away from bad contracts with record labels, gets you away from a lot of BS that you just really that has nothing to do with the music. As a matter of fact, when it comes to most popular music these days, it comes across as being not as important. It's secondary. The most important thing is the circus. A lot of these releases, it has nothing to do with it. It's always about a focus on the artist and not the artistry. And I think in the independent arena, you have more people who are really all about the art, and they're not trying to be the artistry. They're trying to be creative, free, and do their own thing. So I like the indie scene. That's where I listen. I don't listen to I haven't listened to top 40 radio, and only if I'm walking through the supermarket and something comes on. Even here in the Netherlands, the music is from the 90s. Right. Background music in the supermarkets and shops and stuff like that. It's all R&B and rock and rap from the 90s.
So as far as corporate versus independency, would you say that's a good thing to be independent as far as it being for the artist's creative side, or
absolutely?
So absolutely. But what about monetary wise? Do you think it's better to be, with a label or independent as far as monetary?
Well, ask yourself this question. Let's start with a guy like Fat Joe recently came out. And Fat Joe said that after 10 years of being after 10 years of being out of his contract with his prior label, he still owes them money. Okay, so that'll tell you something right there, because this man had multi-million selling albums, and he's still in their pocket. Okay, and a lot of these artists, they come out with the image that they have money. And you'll find that in Hollywood with black actors and black actresses and with musicians in the music scene, that when every now and then you hear a story where, hey, I thought they had money. How come that's happening to them? Like recently, I was reading about Billy Porter, how he said, I don't have any money. This strike is killing me. But he was only about a month into the strike. And my question is, how come you didn't have any money? You're supposed to be in Hollywood. You're supposed to have all this money. How come you're complaining a month into the strike that you're broke? Okay. So it's what another gentleman on YouTube that I listen to. I like Antonio Moore, Tone Talks. He talks about the decadent veil, and he's right. He talks about how as African Americans we're presented with these images on TV that are not real, that are not okay. The reality is that you'll make more money as an independent artist than you are working with a record company. As an independent artist, if your album is $9.99, if you have a distributor like Bandcamp, they're going to take $1, so you're down to $8.99, but you get to keep that entire $8.99. If you work for a record label, you get maybe 25 cents per unit on the dollar, and that's 20, and they call it point system. Michael Jackson back in the day had 25 points, which was he was taking a quarter home of everything, of every album that he sold. And if that doesn't blow your mind, that Michael Jackson was only taking 25 cents to 50 cents per album.
I can believe it. I can believe it. Some artists was getting even less than that. See,
but Biggie Smalls signed up with Bad Boy for $20,000.
But check it out. So if I sign with a label, see, but this is the mind thing. So, but if I sign with a label, y'all got to understand that the popularity, the vision, the me being seen, the exposure. You know,
I understand. Everybody wants the lure of fame, and they want to have the glitz and the glamour, and calling you out on the street. But look again. Let's look at the people that they present in front of us as examples of, oh, this could be you.
Oh yes,
I don't want my houses getting broken into by the feds and the Homeland Security. That guy is supposed to be the epitome of black success, and this is what's happening to him.
Hey, why you gonna get us shut down? I know, I'm just messing with him, but yeah, most definitely, he right though, man. I don't want to be, like PD.
There's a price for fame.
Yeah, I don't want that to be what I present. Like we talked about that. About letting our kids go into this type of field and look at the exposure and the things that happen to them, and do we really want our kids to do this? And then the people that's presenting the message, or that's the ones we looking up, like the Puffies, like the J.
Well, again, that's a decadent veil, isn't it? That's putting these people up, and if you pull that veil aside and you look at the lifestyles that these entertainers are living, it's not nothing that you want to participate in. Any sane person, any rational person, any person with a soul is not want to participate in those things. So, well, what you get if you sell one record of your own. Let's go back to the day when you had a lot of brothers selling their mixtapes out of the back of their car themselves. A lot of rappers came up that way, especially out of Oakland. We know a couple of rappers out of Oakland who did well.
Too Short. Most definitely. Your boy, what's his name? Sco Delioshi, my man E40.
Yeah.
Right. And he had the sales before he got the record deal in the case of Too Short, because he was selling his own music, making his own money. And by the time the record company came to him, he already had a following. He didn't need the record label in order to create a fame or create fortune for him. He already had it. They just wanted to get in on that. You see that today with TikTok stars and whatnot, but it's just the quality of music has gone down. But they want to pull in people that they already know have a following anyway. Yeah. So to tell you the truth, you got to build up your own following before they'll even mess with you anyway.
And that's facts, because we went We presented a package, and me and L Boogie went in front of some execs, and we put a press package and everything together. And that was one of the things that the brother told. He loved me. He loved our music, like what we was doing, because it was positive. It wasn't what was outright, but it was just it was good music. But he was like, man, you got to develop a social following. He was telling us, you got to develop a social following. You got to. And he kept that's the only thing he kept saying. And I'm sitting there looking at the man like, you don't hear what we just gave?
Like, hey, what's your job? I thought I did mine. I brought the music.
That's the only thing he kept telling us. That's what he kept telling us. You got to develop a social following. And we like, what do you? I mean, we get it, but we like, no, brother, because he was raving over the music, but we didn't have a social following. And no matter how good the music was, no matter what, if did nobody know us, he was not trying to do nothing with it.
No, the old days, of course, back in the 90s when I was in the scene, if you were an unknown, but you had a bit of talent and you had the right agent, then you had a good chance of getting in. When I was working for Babyface, he was producing an artist named John B. That was his first kind of for that label that he had put out. And John was a really good guy. He was really mellow. He was very talented multi-instrumentalist himself. One day I was walking out in Santa Monica Promenade at night, and I just saw John sitting there playing guitar. And he was just sitting by the side of it. And I'm like, this is John B. He's got a song on the radio right now, and he's sitting here, nobody around him, playing acoustic guitar in Santa Monica on the promenade with a hat in front of it, like the open case trying to get change.
Wow.
And he said that Kenny told him to do that. Babyface told him to do that in order to try to reach out to the public, and it was just odd, but you could do that. You could be that kind of guy that nobody really knew and do those steps in order to build yourself up. These days, no way. You've got to have at least 1 million followers on TikTok. You've got to have a track record of a certain amount of downloads on certain whatever, iTunes or whatever. And if you don't have those things, they do not want to mess with you. And why would you want to mess with them if you had that anyway? If you already set all that up, why would you build a house, put in all the furniture, nice carpeting, nice electronics, and then hand the key over to somebody else?
Yes. Yeah, it don't make no sense.
Would you do that? I don't think you would.
See, but it's the type of programming that they subject us to. And I'm not gonna say they. It's the type of program that we subject ourselves to as well. We can't necessarily just automatically blame these big companies. You know what I'm saying? We got to put the blame on some of us. We got to take the accountability and responsibility, because by now we should have been developed enough to let me read this contract and let me hire the right team, or let me not do this so this won't happen. We don't do that.
I hear you. But let's look at, I was sitting in Singapore, because I lived in Singapore for 5 years. So I was sitting at a dinner table with a bunch of folks, and somebody said to me about Oprah Winfrey. They said, how come Oprah Winfrey, because an African lady, Africans love Oprah Winfrey. And she said, how come Oprah Winfrey doesn't have her own channel? And I said, because she doesn't have her own satellite. You can have, in other words, there are barriers. In the case of what she's doing, it would be a satellite. That's your distribution system. In the music industry, your distribution system is, well, we know what they were. So those are the barriers you have in order. That's why Dame Dash and a couple of those other guys back in the day were trying to start their own distribution system, and see what happened to them. They shut that down real quick. Because distribution systems is the key of it. Who controls the distribution controls what goes out. Just like you can set up a lovely set, and you can and film with the couch and the background and lighting, but if you don't have a satellite that's feeding that out, then it's not happening.
Right. Miss Star Wars, she said, I think What is that? Vivendi is what is a well-oiled machine that baited artists seems as if more creative seems as if more creatives are going independent. I'm enjoying the underground.
Yeah, that's why I said I like the indie scene because and here's the other thing too that I'll mention why this is. I'll throw this out there. Bill Clinton back in the 90s did the Communications Act, which made it possible. So back then you couldn't own more than 3 radio stations. If you own more than 3, that was considered to be kind of a monopoly. Now, when Bill Clinton killed that, so he allowed it so that Clear Radio and all those other guys could come in and buy all the radio stations up. When that happened, that's when music stagnated. That's when music stagnated. That's why we're in 2024 and you're still seeing the same Beyonce, that's the 90s, Jay-Z, that's the 90s, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, that's the night. Why are all these, when we turn on TV, we see Vivica Fox and Ice Cube pitching stuff? We've been frozen in time. We've been frozen in time with our artists, with our music, and with those things since the Communication Act. And that's been a detrimental thing, in my opinion, to the Black creative community, because we're still being fed these artists from back in the day. Of course, there's new artists, they got the new guys and whatnot, but really, if you really think about it, they're pushing people who are like me in their 50s. And it doesn't seem right. I mean, somebody points out the fact that when I was a kid, the OJs weren't still around doing TV commercials and putting out, that was over. We were into Prince and Michael Jackson. It was not the OJs, but you understand what I mean. Older acts from the 60s, like the Temptations, were not being carried forward into the 1990s. But for some reason, the artists from the 90s are being carried over until now. It doesn't make sense. It's not natural. It's not natural. And the reason it's not natural is because of that Communications Act.
So real quick, Miss Starworth, good information. So one of the people watching, she told me this, so I'm Googling it. So the Vivendi is a French mass media holding company headquartered in Paris. It owns Game Loft, Group Canal, Havas, Prisma Media, Vivendi Village, and Daily Motion, and is the majority owner of LaGuardia Group. The LaGuardia Group. The company has activity in television, film, video game, book, publishing, print press, communication, tickets, and video hosting services.
Yeah. Again, like I said, this is the big time. This is the big boys, and again, look at how. I hate to pick on him, but it's just such a good example of Sean Combs and 50 Cent, and how these guys had to end up. They got into these supposed deals with these alcohol companies, and at the end, it blew up, and they had to end up sue to get their money back.
Yeah.
So that'll show you again that these big companies have no respect for Black artists, to be frank with you. And they use them in order to get into a community in order to push these things. And once their volume of sales go up, you're gone. You're done. And it's making it seem like these artists that are pushing these things are rich. They're not. We found out that there was that with that deal, that alcohol deal was worth about $5-6 million. Hell, if you buy a McDonald's franchise, you'll turn that kind of money. So that's not making you rich.
Yeah.
So, again, like I said, we have to be aware that I don't consider what's on the radio to be the real music scene, because it's fake.
Miss
And you got to dig a little deeper to find the real music.
Yeah, Miss Starworth say check their list of assets. I already did. I'm looking at the network, what they bring in. I'm already doing that, sweetheart. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, she's right.
Yeah.
What she said is correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, man, and they're owned by Bellore. Oh my goodness, bro. I think yeah.
And again, like I said, these are people who culturally do not care too much for the African American community, to be frank
Yeah.
with you. But they'll care about you if they feel as though you can make them $1. And once you've made that $1 from you, then you got to fight to get the 50 cents that they owe you. If you excuse the play.
Let me get your opinion on this. So, usually here on Bearded Conversation, I like to speak a lot about nation building and empowering the people and trying to put us back on the right track. So we don't have any, and I always promote the people we need to get our passports, but we don't have a political party or a voice to represent us. So, I wanted to start something called the United States Pan-African Political Party for the melanated brothers and sisters that's here in the States, to try to come together and present ourselves as a nation in that way. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Well, I've been touching upon that a little bit through our entertainers and through entertainment in the Black community, is that, first of all, you have people who are being placed as Black excellence in front of you, but we're starting to see that there's not a whole lot of excellence there. I mean, it's an embarrassing thing. In the history of the Oscars, no actor has ever walked up on stage and slapped another actor. That had to be us. Okay. And so it embarrassed us. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. It was as embarrassing as Kanye West going in front of President Trump and rambling there. These are embarrassing things. But these are the people that the media put up to represent us. Whereas the truth is that we have very little common to do with these entertainers.
Right.
Okay. We have very little. So let's keep that in mind first, that we have got to shake free of making celebrities important. We've got to drop celebrities out of the conversation. We can't, we're like celebrity is somehow some kind of excellence, and it's not. It's not. There. Celebrity is no equivalent to academic excellence. A lot of these celebrities are high school dropouts. Okay, and yet somehow or another, these are the people who are supposed to be Black excellence, and we had, and we've got to also get rid of the grifters and the people in the community who use. They'll say, "Hey, I want to get all the brothers together, and I want to build this, and I want like that Tulsa fund, that Jay Morrison Tulsa fund." See, even though I'm over here and I've been out of the States for a while, I'm paying attention. I'm keeping my eye on what's going on.
Yes,
and so you have the guys like Jay Morrison who took in $12 million and it's gone, saying that he was going to rebuild using Tulsa, which is a touchstone for Black folks, because we know that a lot of bad things happen there, and he's going to do it and he's going to rebuild it, and that money is gone. It's gone.
Yeah, it ain't gone. He got it.
Well, you know what I mean. It didn't do for what it was supposed to do.
Right. That's the thing. Master Teacher, man, you got something you could touch in on the conversation, brother.
I was listening. I was
okay. I'm letting the guest, do his thing.
He educated like a mug. He educated like a mug.
So we have to shake a lot of this stuff that they put on us. It's weighing us down. It's like going into a river with stones in your pocket.
Yeah,
we got to take these stones out of our pocket. We got to shake them. We got to stop looking at celebrity as if it's some kind of touchstone for excellence, because it's not. Education is always going to be the first thing, because if you're educated, they can't pull the wool over your eyes. If you can see them coming from a mile away, they can't get you. But the problem is that we think that these guys and people who don't have, and then again you look at these celebrities and you ask yourself, okay, you've got the money now, why aren't you educating yourself? Why don't I hear about a PhD, so a Dr. Sean Combs or a Dr. Curtis, whatever, or PhD Beyonce.
not an honorary degree that they gave you, something that you actually
Again, that's the decadent veil. They're presenting these people and they're building them up artificially and putting it in front of us as if somehow this is something, but it's not.
Yeah, because we never lift the veil. That's what
it's fake. It's fake. And it's supposed to lull black people to sleep to make us think, oh, we doing things, we making moves, we got our face out there. No, we don't. No, we don't. We have a bunch of clown shows out there. We got a lot of minstrel shows out there. We got a lot of brothers out there who are doing a lot of step and fetch and stuff, but we don't have a whole lot of really high quality people. We thought we had Dr. Cosby, but he ended up being, a rapist.
No, he was not a rapist. No. See, we have to understand the context of what was going on behind that. I don't believe. No, man. I can't. Listen to me. If you
see, there we go. So let's look at that.
So you can believe. So if you don't believe that them women came to his room with the intentions on trying to.
Okay, okay, let's take it from that approach.
Gain something from him.
So Dr. Cosby was spending a great deal of time in the 1970s with Hugh Hefner. So he was spending a lot of time in LA. As a matter of fact, he was married to his wife, Camille. They were having some issues. So Bill Cosby was living in the Playboy Mansion. For a couple of years in the 1970s. So if you're going to sit there and say, yeah, of course he had women coming at him because he was you basically living in a whole house at that point. Okay, but so whether they came to him or whether he drugged them or whatever these stories, the point is that here we have another example of what we thought was black excellence, but at the end of the day, it all fell apart. Yeah. And it didn't help Dr. Cosby to be putting himself in those kind of situations, by the way, in the first place.
That's facts. Okay. I was trying to,
Yeah, he tried to play devil's advocate, but he brought the.
Yeah, I tried to play that. It was facts. You're right. Because I preach that all the time, man. You got to be accountable. You do.
You don't. Again, we don't hold we don't hold these. Well, he couldn't have done that, or he didn't do that, or it couldn't be, and all these things. We've got to let that go. These are stones in our pockets.
Yeah, holding us down. Yeah,
these are stones in our pockets, man.
In water. Yeah.
If it walks like a duck. If it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. And I'll be honest with you, man. I've been around. I'm not a bad looking guy. There's a whole lot of women from a lot of different countries that I've been involved with. I never put myself in a situation where I had 25 of them coming out of the woodworks saying things about me. In other words, it's how you maintain yourself. It's how you keep yourself up, how you
so what about,
present yourself.
So do you believe in the stigma of the culture? When it's a successful black man or when an African American man is trying to do something to make a move, they say they do something to tear him down or to take him down. What about that?
My father was a pilot for an airline called TWA. And he got that job because there was a gentleman named Howard Hughes, who was a very rich individual back in the day, contacted him and 15 other black American pilots. Mm-hmm. They flew out of the military, out of the Air Force. My father he flew A4 jets, but he reached out to 16 black men and gave them jobs as being flying his airlines, TWA, because he owned TWA. Mm-hmm. He was the one who broke the color barrier, who made it possible.
There was a movie about that too.
Yeah, there's a movie about him, yes. But he broke the color barrier and he made it so that a lot of guys like my dad moved. Well, my dad was always in the middle class, but it moved him into an even higher position and allowed him to move in, buy a house in Windsor Hills, which is not cheap, even back then. And raise his family, and that his family then were able to go to college. They were able, you understand what I mean? In other words, that's true black excellence. Taking an opportunity and building upon it. And we've gotten so far away from. We think that because a person's got a $5 million mansion, or they're driving such and such car, or they're on this award show, that somehow or another that's more important than what I was talking about, building a community in the long run.
Right.
So the material wealth versus like building it up the traditional way. I think you're alluding to the fact that a lot of our culture is in fact microwave, and we do try to find shortcuts to success. Am I correct?
That's right. That's correct. So thank you, sir. You put that a lot better than I did. But that's another stone that's weighing us down is a shortcut stone. So we got to stop taking shortcuts and thinking, but the most important thing, the main message tonight that I want to get across, the first thing we got to do is we got to stop putting these celebrities up on a pedestal. We really got to stop. We got to stop listening to them. We got to stop paying attention. If they're not singing or dancing, I don't want to hear from them.
Most definitely, yeah.
I don't want to hear from them.
Same thing with the people that got the money. Bill Gates ain't a doctor, y'all. He's not a doctor. We shouldn't be listening to Bill Gates.
Well, when you start getting into those kind of things, you're getting into some. I don't want to go to conspiracy theory right now, but it's sticking in the Black community. Sticking with, you asked me a question about what do I think about the unity in the Black community. Sticking in the Black community, there's a guy here who lives with me in Amsterdam. He's a lawyer. He's actually from South Carolina, and he's doing fine. He's articulate, dresses nice. He's a lawyer, and he's what I consider to be a success. Mm-hmm. See, again, and he's what any person would consider, regardless black, white, or green, right, would be a success. In other words, we have got to look at what real success is. And I don't think we have a lot of examples presented to us by a white media that is always trying to tear us down.
Truth.
Look at that new Good Times animated cartoon on Netflix.
I seen it.
We're in 2024, and this is the kind of respect that they have for Black people. This is the kind of respect that they have for, but they would take a classic show from Good Times. By the way, I acted on stage with I'm sorry, it's early in the morning. My brain is not with Florida. Who's the actress that played Florida on Good Times? Esther Roll. So I acted on stage with Esther Roll for quite a while. Because I was doing off-Broadway work when I was a kid with a group called the Cambridge Players.
You're a thespian as well. You're not only a musician, you're a thespian.
Yeah. So I've done a lot of things, but I was working with... Yeah, so I was working with Esther Roll, and she worked hard to get stereotypes off of Good Times. Her and the actor who played James Evans, they were fighting with the writers all the time in order to keep those stereotypes out of that TV show. When James' character was written off, that's when you notice that JJ as a character started to increase in the TV show. And that's when the coonery and the buffoonery kicked in. The reason why that actor left is because he didn't want to have anything to do with that. This Good Times animated thing they have right now is by far the worst.
Yeah,
it is, and this is what you want to be in an industry with people, and this is what they think about you. You're going to fight and scrabble and do whatever you can in order to get in on that.
Well, I got to ask you, is that a parallel to what they're doing to most Black men in Hollywood, where
there's
this effemination, and this downplay of masculinity right now? I'm just curious.
Yes.
Well, thank you for that.
And that's the whole thing, isn't it? So then we and by the way, just to finish that thought, that new Good Times things, they have Seth MacFarlane, Steph Curry, and Norman Lear.
Yeah,
and
Norman Lear,
and it was a Spanish woman who wrote the who's the showrunner on that. So and the only people involved that are really black are the voice actors, and it's a shame. Here we have. I just want to finish this thought just to make this point to you, is that one of the actors on the voice actors, Slink Johnson.
I know, man. Man.
He used to play Black Jesus. Remember he had that TV show Black Jesus?
Yeah.
Right? So Slink Johnson gets up there and he says, hey, man. He says, hey, man, I know that everybody's hot about this and they're not like this, but I got 5 kids, he says, I got to feed. He said, I needed the job because I got kids. I got to pay my kids. Well, my dad had 3 kids, myself, my brother, and my sister, and he never did anything that made me ashamed of him. So we have to start asking ourselves what check is a good check and which one is a bad check.
So we're getting back to that question of integrity, it sounds like. Integrity.
All of this is about integrity. Every theme that I've touched on tonight is about integrity. It's about integrity. And so there's such a lack of it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And this is what they put forward to us. And it's so insulting. If they did this to any other race or culture, do you think they would put up with that?
Yeah,
but this is
shut it down. Anytime we mention any other race and culture, we can't go into too much detail. We can't get into too much in depth about what they're doing because you get boycotted or they stop the publication or they take your stuff away.
Exactly. So that tells you. So that alone tells you a couple of things. I'll tell you a few things right there.
Yeah, question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So you got a question?
No, I was letting him speak. I know he's going to talk now. I guess a delay. I'm wondering, is this the setup we got right now? Is it too far gone where our culture can't reverse? Or what are your thoughts on that? Is it repairable or is this just going to be a trend?
So in the 1960s, when the Johnson administration came in and set it up where it was more profitable for Black women to not have the man in the home as opposed to having the man in the home, we saw the destruction of the Black family. Prior to 1965, the divorce rates among Black families was less than with white families.
So you're touching on feminism, it sounds like.
Black families had a potential to stay together more than white families as a nuclear family unit. And this is from 1865 into 100 years from 1865 to 1965. Black families were like this. They were like this. 1965 comes along, and then what we see? We see this change where a lot of women were being paid by the government to not let their man in the house.
Yeah.
So if you can't tell me that wasn't a deliberate way of breaking up the Black families, then I don't know what to tell you.
No, you're right.
Claudine, the movie Claudine. I don't know if the people out there. I'm sorry, Fox, not to cut you off. Claudine. If y'all ever seen the movie Claudine, like everybody said, check out Claudine with James Earl Jones and I believe Diane Carroll. Check that movie out. Check that movie out.
It also stems from The Color Purple too.
Well, you talked about sexism and the degrading of Black men, Fox, and I'll address that question with using the purple quarter, the color purple. Back when the purple color first came out, I remember because I was in college at the time. And I was offended. Most Black men were offended. We don't remember this, that we didn't like the fact that they were parading this Spielberg and Oprah and Whoopi Goldberg and all these people were presenting this as being the greatest thing, but it was an anti-Black men movie.
I totally agree.
It still is.
Well,
there's no Black men in that movie that are presented in any kind of positive way whatsoever. So even in our tropes in Hollywood, going back then, we see that Black guys were being kind of torn down. And you think it's any better now?
They tried to remake it, so I don't think it is. And most women.
Yeah, then they tried to remake it, and they even made it more because Alice Walker. It was there was a heavy lesbian. Kind of. If you read the book, and they were
movie. Yeah, it was.
They were trying to bring a little bit of that more in with the second time around, but it was still nothing good there for Black men.
Yeah, no, it was.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
It was. I'll rest my case, Your Honor. Well,
You guys know, I don't know how old everybody is here. I'm 57.
Well,
I'm 57 years
well,
old.
you
So,
got
I
72. I'm 43, brother.
I'm 57. So I remember these things because I was there. I have very, very clear memories from 1977 on.
Yeah.
And you're not going to, and the color purple was a sticking point with brothers at that time. We really, really, really hated that. We really hated every aspect of it. And that has not changed. They try to hide that, but no. And when I heard they were remaking it again, I was like, why? Why? And you see, and what did it do? It didn't do any numbers at the box office because nobody was doing it. Nobody wanted to have anything to do with it.
So were you out at the time with Sister Shara Z Ali and the Message of the Black Man and stuff too? Where she was talking about the Message of the Black Man and the stir that caused? Was you around during that?
Yeah, back in LA, you had her and you had the Black Muslims. I went to go see Farrakhan twice. And when I was in college, my fraternity brother took me to go. Sean Gaston took me to go see Farrakhan. And
which fraternity are you in?
Phi Beta Sigma.
Oh, okay.
So these messages, like I said, I've been. It's again, if you get old enough, it all becomes rinse and repeat. You start hearing the same thing over and over. Well, we tried that. Well, it didn't work 10 years ago. Let's try it now and see if it works. But the definition of an insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and still getting the same results. We're in this spin cycle. We got too many stones in our pocket.
So,
and I think that
I'm sorry. So, I mean, like you said, with so many stones in our pocket, so, we got so much weighing us down. So now, so we was given a base formula. And we can take or we can try to create a new formula, and then we can try to bring together solutions. So he'll build a conversation.
Well, everybody's looking for solutions but they don't want to address. It's like I got cancer. Instead of doing the surgery, give me solutions that other than dealing with the surgery. When the real thing is the surgery. That's the only answer. And everybody's afraid to do the surgery because everybody's comfortable.
Yeah.
But again, that's why I said, if let's look at, again, let me go back to Black celebrity, because I think that this is a big stone in our pocket. When you turn on the TV and if you see any group from the 90s, any hip hop star, whatever pop star, anything Black that they're putting up on these commercials, turn off the TV. That's the first thing that you can do, because it sends a message to the people, that the powers that be, that you're not going to use these people in order to try to influence us to do things anymore, because we are not paying attention to them. But people don't want to do that. That's too hard. And that's a simple little thing that you can do, is to start. We don't talk about cancel culture. We need to cancel a lot of these 90s R&B and musicians and what rappers from back in the day, so that we can have a new generation come in and make their own mistakes. But I don't want to hear in 2024 Ice-T on a TV commercial. I'm sorry.
I mean, but
I don't want to hear that.
We don't want to hear some of these guys they got out here on the TV neither nowadays, because
the first solution that we need to do is let this community of celebrity go. We got to stop looking up to these people. I pointed out to you that Beyonce didn't go to high school, and so I don't want my daughter looking at her as any kind of success story.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
Because it's not. It's not.
So
there's nothing about that woman's story at all that screams excellent. We've been told that it's excellent, but if we peel that onion aside and look at the marriage, look at the dirt, look at all the things that had to be done, all the, and I'm trying to keep this PG. I'm trying not to, I'm trying to keep it PG. But that's not something that I would want yet for my children. Yet for some reason, this is considered to be Black. This is a stone. This is dragging us down. And yes, for some reason, we can't do that. That very simple thing of saying, no, we don't want this anymore. It's 2024. This woman is 44, 45 years old. It's just like J-Lo. J-Lo just came out with a new album, a movie, and all these things. Oh my God, what year is this? Let me check my watch. You know, and what's up with that? Again, why are we getting regurgitated all this old stuff? It's because they're trying to market, of course, to our age. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that they're not allowed, the gatekeepers are not allowing new people to come in to do other things. Why would they anyway? They already got these people bought and paid for. You know, nobody of any kind of integrity would do a lot of the things that these guys do. You wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it because we have integrity. But for some reason, we'll give them a pass because they're a celebrity. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, so my first step, and to answer your question, is that very simple step of saying no to celebrity. Stop holding these people upon a pedestal. If we can do that, then we can move on. The only reason Jay Morrison was able to rip off $12 million from people is because he used celebrity in order to do it.
What you think Umar ripped the people off too? What about Dr. Umar Johnson? You think he ripped the people off? He's been trying to build this school for a long time.
Dr. Umar Johnson is another example of a guy who's forever been building a school. He's been building that man.
All right, Mikey, don't get us in trouble, man. Don't get us in trouble.
I don't want, but again, like I said, we're always looking. You know, we had a black leader. His name was Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Was he doing things on the side? Yeah, he was. He's a man, but he still had a message that I think that even though it's 50 years old, still resonates today, that we need to hold on to. There's nothing that Dr. Umar Johnson or any of these other guys can add on to that message because they haven't even achieved the goals of that first message.
Right.
So it's like, well, until we build upon and try to and get back to that, and they sure did kill that, didn't they? They killed that real quick. They say, well, we can't have these brothers having dreams. And if they do have a dream, we want to be behind the scenes.
Right. We want to make sure that we facilitate their dream and we send them where they want to go. Yeah.
We're going to tell you what your dream is. Yeah, and your dream is to be Vivica Fox at 54 years old selling car show commercials. Wow. That's a great dream.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to wonder, is it really, because I hear this from my students, I work at the high school arena, and I'm wondering, they always argue, did the elders drop the ball, or is it just that the propaganda that we have right now is influencing our culture?
The boomer generation with their voting failed us completely. They failed us completely with their voting. Again, with Clinton in the Communications Act, which destroyed radio, which destroyed the artistry that was out there, and then you have Obama, who came into office, and this is not my own. This comes from Tone Talks. This is Toni Morrison pointed this out. Tone Talks. He pointed out the fact that Obama came into office in January. What's that car driving thing you guys have there and say Uber? Uber started in March. Prior to Uber, there was no gig economy. There was no such, it was against the law to have those kinds. As a matter of fact, if you tried to have a company that had the laws and rules of Uber, it wouldn't work. But he introduced the gig economy. So now you have situations where people, the gig economy, you're working poor. You're the working poor. You got people who are driving Ubers and they're living in the car. Yeah. They got these deals with Uber where, we'll give you a car, but you got to drive a certain amount a month. Well, guess what? They already figured out that you can't drive enough in order to pay for this. They got you. That's a trap. That's a trap. And all the other gig jobs that came from that. So again, we voted Obama in because he was celebrity. Remember, that's how he was brilliant. He was singing up there, singing, and he was on you know he was paraded in front of us as a black celebrity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we did not take a close look at some of the policies that he was enacting. And I think that Uber coming in 2 months after he was voted in, not voted in, after he was the inauguration, is not a coincidence. And the gig economy, that kind of black Uber thing, that kind of gig economy thing has destroyed a lot of wealth. Because, you know, the wear and tear that comes down on your vehicle for doing that kind of thing, the cost of gas, and then the lack of money, the fact that the company has no responsibility. They got no respect for you as a worker.
Yeah.
You got people sleeping in their cars trying to make it work, and it made the work environment out there worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you asked me about, is it true that you know, the answer to that is yes. The boomer generation did a lot of the voting things that they did really failed us. Starting with a lot of things where it destroyed the black family, especially voting in, you know, where black women can get paid not to have a man in the house.
Yeah. So most definitely. So, you know, I always speak about the systematic destruction of the black man here on Bearded Conversation. I love this conversation, man. You know, I never had a guest to come on and, you know, really give his viewpoint and topics, and, you know, that's been so well traveled as yourself, to actually, you know, have this discussion about, you know, the things that go on in our communities here in the States, you know, because it's just disgusting. And a lot of times, you know, to add on to what you were saying, we don't take accountability, or we don't accept the responsibility of doing the things that's needed to change. You know, not only the celebrities, because before we can get to the celebrities, it's what's in the house. It's what you see. It's what you're taught. It's what's been put before you. You know, so we can't just say we know. I'm not saying that the celebrities are not the problem, but before it gets to the celebrity, you know, it's hard because it's psychological, because we all been trained. You know, not everyone. Some people can make it, but it's to the point that we all been trained to a level. Whereas when we procreate and when our kids come up, now we're training them, and it's just a trickle down effect to try to keep us from.
Well, we tear each other down a bit too, that's something we're looking at the downfall, and rightly so, of some of these people now. However, there are some people out there that are just a little bit too gleeful about it, black folks. Like, ha, here it comes. I told you all, we're going to get these guys. We're going to do this. But they don't understand that was something that was put in front of you as excellence. And now the same people who put it in front of you as being excellence are the same ones that are tearing it down in front of your eyes too. What kind of effect do you think that has on black folks' mentality? Like, wait a minute, this was supposed to be a good thing, but now you're telling me it's a bad thing. It's Jedi mind tricks. It's really gaslighting you. It's super gaslighting. Super gaslighting.
Yeah, like the classical conditioning, Psych 101, brother moderator.
Yes.
Put up there.
It's just like Bernays, the father of marketing. It's all, Psych 101.
Yeah, man. This is a great build tonight, brother Mikey. Man, where you been all my life, brother? Where you been all my life, man?
Well, I'm up here. I'm gonna dip out now, guys, because I gotta get to bed because it's getting early.
Hey, man, I appreciate.
I do appreciate you having me. I'm here upstairs to the right music channel. It's a music channel that we talk about music stuff.
Hey, well, most definitely. So we're gonna sub up. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure we get over there and check it out. So I'm gonna put your link up one more time, and let the people know where they can follow you, and where they can expect to see some more of your work.
Well, again, you can come here, keep it here on YouTube. Go to Upstairs to the Right music channel. I'm really talking about gear. So if you're not a gearhead, or you're not interested in music history, sometimes I do touch into some of the subjects that I got into tonight. Mm-hmm. But everybody's welcome, always welcome to check it out. And if you talk about support, go over to Bandcamp and take a look at the Asanoki album and see if you don't have to buy a whole album. There may be a song on there you like. Mm-hmm. Buy a single, buy something like that. and we could start by helping each other.
Yeah. You don't have any Instagram or any other social media pages that you?
No, I do not. I made it a point. I have handles on those accounts to make sure that nobody can take it from me, but I do not use them.
Yes.
I believe social media is one of those situations where it's stupid games and stupid prizes. I haven't seen anybody come out good getting involved in social media. It's definitely, social media is one of those games that hands out stupid prizes, and that's a carnival that I'm not interested in going to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Well, again, man, Bearded Conversation would like to thank you for coming on tonight, man, and joining us and building and having a great discussion and a great discourse, man. We most definitely
I appreciate you guys asking me to come on. It was a real pleasure, and God bless you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, same to you, man. Peace and blessings. Hey, man, we broadcast every Monday through Thursday, man, 9 through 11. I know it's early,
It's
but
going out, man. Welcome
I will. What I'll do is I'll make you this promise. I will dip in every now and then. How's that sound? I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's all I ask. Whenever you do your thing, man. Check us out sometime. That's all.
Yes, sir. No problem. I can do that.
Hey, good morning and good night to you, brother.
Hey, thank you guys so much, and thank you to your audience for chiming in. I appreciate everybody taking the time to listen to my rants.
No problem, brother. They wasn't rants. You was spitting that knowledge, brother, and information.
All right, guys. You take care.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
You too, brother. Yes, sir. Hey, man, that was a great guest, man. Great guest, man. Hey, man, that was a great guest. Hey, man. Yeah, hey, man, I'm sorry. Hey, man. Hey, y'all. Hey, my bad. I forgot I was having a special guest tonight. I should have put that up in the title, man. I forgot. But yeah, hey, big ups. Hey, brother Freddie. Freddie, what was that? Was that the brother you was talking about? Brother Freddie. Yeah, because I believe. Yeah. Yeah, hey, brother. Hey, man, brother Freddie, man. I appreciate you, brother Fred. Yeah, man. I appreciate brother Freddie, man. I'm mad Roscoe wasn't here, man, because man, damn, man. Yeah, man, that's dope, man. Yeah, Freddie, man. Thank you, Freddie. Yeah, man. Yeah, I enjoyed the fact that all the traveling. Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So. Yeah, so man, before I get up out of here, man, I got like 3 topics I want to hit. I wish I could have got on to him with the special guest. Hey, so I don't know. Overseas out there, did anybody see the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight? I don't know if I got any boxing. Oh yeah, big ups to you, Freddie. Hey, big ups to hold on, man. Hey, big ups to all my followers, fans, viewers, and subscribers, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thumb up the video, and don't forget to share the content, man. Don't forget to share the content. Big ups to all y'all, man, watching. Appreciate y'all. Like I tell y'all every night, man. We love y'all here on Bearded Conversation. Without y'all, would be no us. Hey, also, big ups to my moderators, man. Young Boy Maya Bucks, Master Teacher Fox Die, TLS, Preston McKenzie, a.k.a. Brother P. Mac, and my big bro bringing up the real for show, Professor Remo Wiggles, man. Big ups to my moderators, man. Yeah, big ups to my moderators, man. And big ups to all my followers, fans, viewers, and subscribers, man. Hey, but did anybody out there in the chat or anybody watching, man, did y'all see the fight, the Devin Haney fight? I synced it, and yeah,
I didn't see the fight, but there's a lot of memes online about it. Like,
yeah, you wasn't at the temple, brother?
I was at the temple. I was watching the game. We wasn't watching that though.
Oh, y'all weren't watching the fight? Yeah. So, man, I see. So the first 30 seconds of the fight, Ryan Garcia came out with a wild, crazy left hook and caught him, and he hurt Devin Haney. And Devin Haney, he tried to recuperate, but he couldn't get his bearings back from that first left hook.
I saw that punch.
Yeah, that first left hook.
Man, he bounced back after that.
See, but here it goes. So Ryan Garcia. But see, now here's the controversy and the speculation and the conspiracy with the fight. So Ryan Garcia didn't make weight. He was 3 pounds overweight.
I figured that he looked bigger.
Yeah, so but he's not. Yeah, pause. But he's naturally bigger. Pause. He's a naturally bigger fighter. So nowadays they have what is called the dehydration clause, meaning if you can't make a certain amount of weight, you can't dehydrate yourself back up. Because they both could do it. But by him being 3 pounds over, if they was to both gain 20, he would gain 23 because he started out. So, they had a little ongoing bet, supposedly with themselves for every pound overweight, Garcia had to give up 500,000. So I don't know how true that is. So supposedly, you know what I'm saying, he gave up 1.5 million by coming in at 143. And he didn't win a title. That was another thing. He couldn't get the belt because he was 3 pounds overweight. So if he
What the heck?
yeah, so if because he was drinking beer at the weigh-in, which was crazy. Good morning, brother Baron. The Baron is in the building. So yeah, man. No, so you know, he was doing a lot of antics and online, talking about child trafficking and just a lot of crazy things. So I think
wild stuff.
yeah, I think he was just getting in his head, man. I think he was just getting in his head. That's what I think, and I think he achieved what he was trying to do. Devin got his got hit with foo fops. Look, he said Devin
the foo fop shawap box, but
Devin looked drained before the fight even started. Yeah, so that's so. So Master Blood too. Hey man, hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So, but like I was saying, that Master Blood. So that's what I was talking about with the dehydration clause. See, that looking drained, that looking tired. So you know they cut and they try to make this weight, and then you know they got a certain amount of time before they can, you know, try to rehydrate and get back. You know what I'm saying? Get back up to So yeah, with that it's kind of hard, man. So you just woke up, brother Marvius. Yeah, good morning, Baron. My bad. I'm sorry, the Baron. Good morning, Baron.
You want that 1.5?
Yeah, but see, no. Ryan Garcia had to give it to Devin, because that was
what I'm saying. You want that 1.5?
but listen, but if Ryan would have came in at the 140 like he was supposed to, get the 1.5, he would have the belt right now.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Devin part was like, I mean, he probably had to dehydrate himself to make weight, and when he tried to rehydrate himself, he like, man, I'm too tired, nigga. At least I got that 1.5.
Yeah, see, yeah, but yeah, he probably was, man. And he kept his belt, but then he got a chance to keep the belt. So I mean,
and he got his ass whooped.
Yeah, he did.
That's the only thing. It was the embarrassing fight.
Yeah,
like he kept the belt, technicality, and he got 1.5. He just had to get his ass whooped for it.
Yeah, so it's that left hook.
Embarrassingly.
Yeah, that left hook, man. And then you know they say they fought.
Embarrassingly.
They say they fought 6 times in the amateurs, and they was like 3 and 3. They both won 3 apiece. But
boy, he bop shit at the neck.
But I was doing my little journalistic thing. They say that Ryan could have won a little bit more than 3 of those fights. It was just that Devin was getting, you know, the popularity and the push. You know what I'm saying? And Ryan, you know, and
we've been bopping on this shit.
Yeah. Wow. But Ryan, you know, Ryan got punch power. Ryan might not be the most technically sound boxer, footwork, movement wise, but he got punch power and he's explosive. And he's young. They both 25. So Devin Haney don't have no punch power. You know, he might be a little bit more technical, but he ain't got no punch. So, you know, when you in there with the, you know, with the 8-ounce gloves and you can't hit nobody for real, and then you're not trying to outbox because of the psychological game that Ryan was playing. So now you want to go in there being macho, man to man, and you're not thinking that I trained to watch out for the left hook. Now you going, I'm finna go, and bam, you get caught with the left hook first 30 seconds, and that was the fight. Yeah. And then, lightweight. Yeah, lightweight. They was lightweight, TLS. Yeah, they was lightweight. So it was crazy, man. Yeah, but, you know, it is what it is, man. He kept his belt. So I guess that's all you can ask for.
He got 1.5.
Yeah.
If it really was what he said.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So, you know what I'm saying? He got his ass, but he didn't even get bruised up that badly.
No.
You know what I'm saying? He had a bloody nose and shit.
Yeah.
Maybe he had to wipe his nose off
Yeah. Yeah, man, he popped him good, man. Yeah.
Fall on the floor looking crazy.
Yeah, he was holding, man.
Fall on the floor looking drunk and inebriated.
Yeah, man, that was wild. That was wild, man. The boys got beat by the Heat, man. So we out to play in, and then the Heat get beat by Boston. You know what I'm saying?
You see what Ellis did to
yeah, hey man, they say we switching to NBA, man. They say your boy Anthony Edwards out there looking MJS.
I was just about to say that's the name Michael Jordan. I was just about to say that. I saw him live in action do that to that man, boy. Yeah. Kevin Durant couldn't do shit with that boy. He was talking man shit. Adam reminded me of some early NBA shit.
Hey, and not to mention, he said Kevin Durant is his favorite player of all times. He say that's who his. You ask him who his best player, favorite player, who his GOAT is. He say Kevin Durant. And he did him dirty. That must have been amazing. And
Iverson's favorite GOAT was Mike, and all he did was get a crossover.
Yeah.
He still lost that game.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you picked the wrong GOAT.
But you know, this is a newer generation, like we were speaking.
Pick the wrong GOAT, nigga. You better than that nigga.
Yeah. Well, you know, some people got Paul George as they GOAT. You know, so you know, it'd be like that. You know, it's a new generation.
The way that boy look outside, inside, they couldn't do nothing with him.
Yeah. But
in the future, he's on his way to be. It's like him getting through Pistons. When MJ couldn't get past the Pistons stage.
Yeah.
Get a ring
Yeah.
He getting some rings.
Yeah.
That's gonna be MJ Jr. for real.
Yeah.
His throw gonna fall out. They're gonna go bald. He gonna look like MJ Jr.
Yeah.
Got the face structure and everything.
Yeah. Then you got the Lakers getting beat up by Denver.
Yeah, I saw that too.
But Anthony Davis showed up and LeBron showed up, man. They're gonna need more out of DeMarcus Russell. They're gonna need more out of Austin Reeves. They're gonna need more out of Hachimura. Them boys gonna have to play and help LeBron out, man. LeBron 39 years old, still doing his thing.
Flop, man.
Yeah, everybody keep talking about LeBron in the flop, man. But Denver's still the team
That's
to beat.
why I like when you saw when Zion dunked his ass and put him on his ass.
Yeah, hey, they lost too.
Oh, that was so good.
They lost too. Zion, they lost their first game too. Yeah, they lost their first game too, man. They got to get it together, man. Got to get it together. Oh, Cavaliers won. Cavaliers beat Orlando, man. You know, that's it. But them two teams don't nobody really care about.
I was about to say.
Yeah. Everybody say that. Those two teams don't really care. Now, moving out of the sports section, man. Moving out of the sports section, my brother, master teacher. I heard you mention sister, and this is a coincidence that you mentioned the sister Sharashad Ali, because I was watching something on her, and my next two topics are focused on some things that she was talking about. I guess great minds do think alike. You know what I'm saying? So change. You know, she was talking about change, and she was saying that, you know, change is constant, but she was also saying that, you know, not all change is good change, but it's change nonetheless. Like our earlier guest, Mikey McWilliams was saying, you know, yeah, we see the change, we try to change, but then we think that's it. You know, we don't try to keep the change going. You know, we think we found that end all be all, so we be content. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then we just stop and stay there, you know. So
what if that was your end goal?
But that defeats the purpose of being changed.
What you want to change?
And your evolution. And the evolution. So, you know,
maybe you still buffering.
So yeah, I hope they get through with that buffering part. But yeah, so yeah.
Loading.
Yeah, so Sharashad Ali, man, she was talking about, you know, that change and you know, how we change, but then we stop the change. We don't try to keep the evolution going. What you think about that, master teacher? Because I know you in the schools, and we talk about and we try to talk about touching in the homes, and you know, it's starting in the home. And like the guest said that we had on earlier, how we look up to certain celebrities and how we deem them to be the people that we looking up to. Like, what about the kids looking up to their mothers and their fathers and the people that's in the home providing for them? See, we don't have that no more. Right. So I don't want to put too much on change, but when did that change? Why was that a change that was supposed to have been a good change, or a change that's been implemented in our households? You know, because we still have mothers and fathers in the household together that's working and taking care of the kids. But why did that change happen? Like, you know what I'm saying? How did that change get took out of the community?
It was similar to what your boy Mike that just left was talking about. Like, you have the absence of the father on purpose, right? And with the father, I hate to say it, most women don't like when I say it, but it's true. There's an absence of rites of passage along with that, because I don't care what anybody says, it takes another man. Like the old school saying we used to say, we was back in masonry back in the day, iron sharpens iron, like man sharpens man. It was stated that way for a specific reason. You can even look at some of the movies that talk about how the Spartans were raised. He was thrown into the wilderness. Our young men don't go through that. So that's one pivotal point, and I think Mike hit that, where we have these men raised not traditionally like they used to be raised. And then two, the propaganda is like off the chain because if you like he talked about earlier, and it's all about algorithms. That's why I like how he's talking about it. You select this for a certain clickbait or a media praise is kind of like a dopamine in your brain, where everything we like has a chemical induction. So that's why this material thing kicks off, and we value material things or concepts more than we value traditional concepts, which brought us value. So he gave a specific time frame as to when black families together, the nuclear family. We talked about that too, and then that separation. So we went from, and I'm saying it as a segue because I'm not just picking on the black family, but if you look at other cultures, that's still a close knit thing. Whereas we're kind of individualistic. We have this crab in the barrels thing. So I think a lot of those things fell apart once we started learning to be individualistic versus community based. And now we're trying to backtrack. That's why we always talk about community building and blah, blah, blah. And we had that. But I think we have a lot of rebuilding to do in terms of how we see each other as black men and black women to build that back up, because that's the foundation. It's like sending a child out into the wilderness, like I said earlier with the Spartans, and you're just hoping to fend for themselves. So I think it's not just saying, hey, black men stand up. It's kind of a whole community thing, whereas we got to change how we see each other in order to rebuild what we used to have. And that's the only thing I could think about.
Yeah. So that's true. That's true. So with the feminism, I don't know exactly when did that start or what year that started,
It's
but I
around
wanted to
1960s.
so feminism. So so it was a white ladies movement. Let's be honest about what it really
Yeah, and
was.
our black women jumped on board.
Yeah, so they got the black women to jump on board, to help push it and to help normalize it. And then once that became part of our communities, it was easy for them to implement the push the black man out the house, because now they're pushing for women independence. Not like I say, man, not ripen on the separation. Because when you hear stories about our people back in the day, our melanesians back in the day, man, you hear about the uncles and the grandfathers that used to go outside with the church slacks and the dress shoes, with the socks pulled up to cut the grass. You know what I'm saying? To do things like
My
whenever
dad
we
was
did,
that way.
like whenever we did anything, like we wasn't outside with your pants sagging, with tank tops on and do rags. When we went, it didn't matter if we was getting up going to the washroom, we was dressed to impress, and to go pee. You know what I'm saying? To cut the grass, to wash the car. We were more cultured. We took better care, and we cared and respected each other enough to do these things. Now you got young men wearing their hair, and don't get me wrong, because I don't want to negate or negatize different
He
hairstyles that.
said negatize. Okay.
Yeah. I know that might not be a word, but I'm
I'm
using
not
it today.
tripping on you. I just like, man,
So
coin
I'm gonna
that.
say it one more time: negatize, negatize, negatize. You got to say it 3 times
Trademark.
before it exists. Yeah. So negatize the different type of ancestral, and some of them not, but we just gonna link them to it, like with the locks or with the freeforms or with some of the styles that we tend to take on. But respectfully, not do something with your hair, man. You don't be presentable. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna do it. I know, brother, but you know what I
I'm
mean.
napping in the mug, but I hear you.
But no, you don't do the things that some of these young kids do. And then
Yeah, I
with
know.
the
I'm
women,
messing with you, man. I know.
yeah, and with the women, when they go out with the bonnets and the pajama pants and things of that nature, it's all about how we present ourselves. So those are some of the things, and those are some of the starts where we can check. And like he said, we can cut off the TV and not listen to those entertainers. But how about instead of coming outside with a bonnet and some pajama pants, put some clothes on, do your hair, do your whatever you do, make yourself feel presentable, make yourself look presentable, then present yourself to the world.
Do it all the time.
Yeah, and see the response you get. And young men, pull your pants up, comb your hair, go get a proper line and a haircut. And if you are going to have a type of diverse style,
Ponytails and dirty Ugg boots and
yeah,
hoodies.
yeah.
That's their equivalent of a bonnet.
Yeah, but that's no, man. That's
Tell Lance speaking to the microphone. He talking all
he said
low.
speaking to the
Trying to be
mic.
cool.
I am in the microphone. Evidently, I ain't on.
You ain't know? Yeah, you
I
should
don't
be.
know.
Yeah, he sound real low. I know he's saying some gems, but he like.
Yeah, but that's kind of equivalent.
You think so?
Yeah, every female have a messy day, but it just
Yeah, he
don't-
sound low. Like, you got his volume up?
It's super.
Yeah, Lance, you probably should put those monitor speakers in you so you can hear your
I
sound.
can hear myself. I need to know if y'all.
Yeah, but see, but I can't hear you neither in my earphone.
So that means.
But
That's
I can hear
what I'm
me when I
saying.
talk.
Feedback is low.
So that means that me having a headphone ain't gonna make me hear nothing. If you can't hear nothing either, we on the same thing.
Yeah, he hit the microphone. I saw that. I didn't hear no pop, pop, pop. So I don't know. Maybe that's a calibration issue. I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear me.
Yeah, see, ain't nothing popping on my side.
Yeah, you coming in loud and clear, that would be good, but
Nothing on.
There you go.
Oh,
There
wait,
you go.
Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
go.
See, that's
I
what
know
I'm
you
saying. You ain't here trying to jeopardize me.
Always
Always the ones that's supposed to say
My bad, my bad.
Always.
I was sabotaging the brother Mike. I probably muted the brother Mike. Man.
You mad at Lance or something? You got him on low.
Yeah, my bad, guy. I muted the brother. But what would you say? What's the equivalent?
The messy, how the white females go to the store with like shit. Mexicans do it too. With just pajama pants and flip flops and hoodies.
He's right.
And hell over their head.
Yeah, but as a people, and if we trying to make a difference, we don't want to attach ourselves to that type of, man. Let's go back. You know what I'm saying, to doing things, having some pride about yourself.
It's always been
I don't think it's about pride. I
to
think
the
it's
store,
about
though,
discipline.
and some shit they wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, it's always been, but we tend to do it more on a consistent basis.
I don't know. It depends on what type of females you talking to, though, because you got the ones that don't give, like really don't care about their appearance because they on the government, you know what I mean? And then you got the ones that something about themselves.
He's right.
Got a career.
Yeah, see, but we got to get the ones that's on the government.
See, is what they gonna project though. They only gonna show us the ones with the bonnet. There's a whole lot of females that don't do that.
Well, yeah, and don't get me wrong. So
we got
we can't stereotype. Yeah, so
it just be just what we see.
Yeah,
or what's projected the most.
Yeah.
Because I've been around a lot of females that wouldn't dare go outside without they self together.
Yeah,
that really like I would never
see. But then again, that's an older generation too. I'm
younger generation like that too.
Yeah, but more the generation, the younger generation tend to do it more so. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. The ones I'm talking about is younger.
Hey, you see what
they more so in the vein of like design of this, design of that, young.
You see what Glenn B say, this is the first time you didn't eat a snack.
Yeah, I left everything at the crib this time. And I was kind of mad halfway through the show because my stomach was growling.
But yeah, man. So, but we just got to get back to that self-respect. I think we can get back to that, man. And like I say, in that change in the household, like I'll say with the taking the man out of the household, even if so primarily, I don't have for a long period of time, all my kids were in my household, but all my kids are not in my household now, but I'm still prevalent in their life.
Yeah. And I get you that, B, but go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, and I'd be damned if they go out here and act a damn fool just because I don't live with their mother.
Yeah, but see, you got a good situation.
I was about to hit that. Like you got a unique situation
that ain't gonna stop and play those games. A lot of these other guys, it's like it makes it even easier because for one, you know what I'm saying, the government is in a situation, and then on top of that, she might be a dingbat already. So
I didn't want to say that, but he's right. What's the reason why he was not around?
Put you on child support and all this, and she already kind of like ain't got no brain or no common sense.
See, but you can't say that necessarily about her because you got guys that don't want to do nothing and don't want to take care of.
You still got those too. Yeah. But it's a lot of baby.
No, you got those too, but
people hell that make it hard for them to want to be a baby dad.
Yeah.
Right.
And Miss Kimber say, "Can we normalize pantyhose? I hate naked legs in a skirt." LOL. See, things.
I don't know. It depends on where you at and what time of day.
But I'm guessing she's saying like
back in the day,
in the earlier years, women would have to put on pantyhose.
Like in 1930s
You know what I'm saying? No. The 80s, the 90s, early 2000s. That's a respect thing. That's a, you know.
Plays wore stockings, but they also didn't either. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's called mini skirts for a reason.
Yeah. See, but see, that's what.
I hear
Yeah. Many skirts. That's, you know what I'm
So
saying?
be
Hey,
good, be good. You know,
yeah, but a lot of
I think
them,
people
but
wear
that,
stockings with
but that mini skirt is what's got us in some of these predicaments. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to hit that, be good.
Yeah.
Be good. You know what I'm talking about. Like, I hate to say it, that like it's a cardinal rule not to date no OES, but a lot of them, they know the rule. Like, especially them old school OESs, they'll tell you can't wear this, that.
Okay. What would you say in letters? You because you know you like to say letters and numbers.
You playing
What
word.
is the OES, brother?
So OES is Order Eastern Star. Those sisters.
Order
right,
Eastern Stars. Okay.
So, but I'm not saying that because of our affiliations. I'm saying it because there was a decorum.
You keep saying, brother, you was a hilarious guy, man.
So is you, man, because you know better. But okay. But no, there's decorum. Like, you know, sisters right now, they get fined for wearing stuff out of pocket. Yeah, and we talked about those rules of conduct. It's sad that traditionally they still follow those rules. Like, the sisters come in looking all sorts of some way, they get fined.
Yeah,
that needs to come back, and I think it was kind of introduced with or reinforced by the church, but now everything in the church is kind of upside down. So it's like we have no
upside down.
Well, we have no real like boundaries anymore. We just
you
are you, I am me. Do what you do. I got to respect you. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, really like that now. Just wild west.
So last topic of the night. Oh, AJ, I love you, son. Big ups to my son, the real co-host, man, the best co-host in America. AJ, my little one, I love you, baby. You know what I'm saying? No. You know, he be watching, and I be having to wave to him because he be watching. Yeah.
I be trying to figure out why you randomly just be.
Yeah.
I don't see him in
no, he might could be texting in the comments, but yeah, shout out to my little bitty one, man. I love you, son. I love all my kids. Dingbats. I love all my dingbats.
How did you get on top of boys with dolls, boy? You something?
Yeah. So, my last topic of the day before we get up out of here, man. Boys playing with dolls. What do y'all think about boys playing with dolls?
What type of doll you talking about?
Part of the alphabet communities.
What type of doll you talking about there?
Dolls.
When you say doll, it's only think of one thing in my head, and that's like.
Well, I don't know. Some of these young guys in this generation, they got different types of dolls.
So listen. So Miss Star Wars say no. So listen. So in today's society, and we might go over a little bit tonight with this last.
I've been seeing you talking about like normalizing boys playing with like female toys.
Yeah, no, not like that. But hold on, just hear me out. So, and we might go a little bit over, man, just a little bit. But I'm gonna try to hurry it up. So check this out. Hold on, TLS. Everybody jumping on me, man. Hold on.
Boys.
Right. That's why I asked that question. Like, which boys you talking about?
Wait, y'all gotta specify the age.
Yeah, y'all not letting me get it out. Y'all scared me, man. Okay, so. Speaking of again, Miss Ali, Mike, brother master teacher, she was saying that we tend to and with brother Mikey and in the conversation we were just having about our culture and the things that we do. So we tend to get rid of our kids, right? We tend to put them out there, right? And we kick them out and we tell them y'all got to go do this, but we don't teach them. So now we're expecting them to do things in the society, and we're expecting them to be productive citizens inside of a society where we haven't given them the proper information or proper tutelage or the proper guidance to perform well inside of this society. We just put them out there. So now here you go. I'm finna link it. The doll thing is a lot of us young men, we go out here, we know what sex is, but we don't understand what sex is, and we don't know why it's here. We just know it gives us a good feeling, and we know we can procreate from it. Playing with dolls and this contextual ideology. This is what I'm saying. Teaching young boys to play with dolls can help with the understanding of what's the sex, learning how to take care of baby, or learning how to you know, things of that nature, learning how to nurture and hold. I mean, these are things that if you're a father, you nurture, you hold, you take care of your baby. These are
Yeah, I
things
need
that
to
you
learn how
do.
to do that. He just have to pop out the coochie.
Yeah, but everybody don't get that.
That's why you shouldn't be having babies.
My point exactly. That's our point. But so I'm not saying to play with dolls in the sense of, you know, give them little dolls and enforce that they play with dolls and no nothing else but dolls, like, you know, or try to nurture in the back of the mind that they should be wanted to be what this doll is. I'm talking about in a teaching aspect, as far as
These dolls, man.
yeah.
They playing with Barbie dolls.
Yeah, Barbie dolls, bro, women
You can't
dolls.
take care of no Barbie doll.
You can would
You can
imagine
dress it and undress it.
Yeah, but with the correct, yes, you can, bro. They got little babies, little AI baby dolls.
But not. That ain't got nothing to do with Barbie though. That's what I'm saying. This ain't the baby.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they got little
Balor them babies.
You know, they got the little baby dolls. Yeah. Well, you know,
Barbie ain't got
hell,
shit to do with that,
come on,
though.
y'all, not like voodoo dolls and, you know, dolls like that, but you know, like little baby dolls.
Yeah, baby. Say baby dolls.
Okay, baby dolls. I'm sorry, y'all.
Specific.
Baby dolls.
That's why I said what type of dolls. But you skipped over that.
Okay, baby dolls. Okay, babe, I'm sorry.
Because you got grown men that play with dolls, and it's not what you thinking.
Baby dolls. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like the dolls. Yeah. Okay. No dolls. Most boys that show interest in dolls are interested in human anatomy and medical field. They will wrap their arms and operate on them. So, which is a good thing. No, but Glenn B say no baby dolls, bro. I'm just saying, you know. So again, Michael,
like one of them like ones that like actually like simulates what it is to take care of baby. I feel like you should do it. I remember watching like the most 90s sitcoms. They used to have that like on a couple episodes, like 2 separate shows had an episode where it was a thing in their high school, I guess, whatever the character was in the show, they had to take a baby home, and or they had like some of the shows where they got to take an egg home and take care of it and not break it. So that's always kind of been around. It's kind of faded out, but I can see that part. That part I do agree with. Like,
I can see it as a simulation.
So hopefully I'm not misspeaking. So Mike, so what I want you to do, Mike, if you got time in your free time, man, go check out Miss Sharjad Ali, her last interview, and she was speaking about this. And maybe if you check it out, just come back tomorrow and see if I was you know, on point with what I was saying.
And low key to make these guys a little less aggressive.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying.
Having a nurturing care for
something. See, that's what I'm saying.
Changes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's all I meant. See, now, yeah, people, don't jump on your boy. I don't mean like, you know,
Yeah, you just left it out there. Yeah, think about boys playing with dogs, and then you just left it.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, what that mean?
Well, I couldn't get too exploratory in the title because, you know, there's only so many. Away. No, but not only that, you got so many characters you can put inside of the title, so I didn't want to get too exploratory. So,
and I just believe that you want to leave it empty like that.
Yeah, but not only that,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Not only that, I do apologize to Freddie, but I want to thank Freddie again. I forgot that Freddie said he was going to be having a brother join the live stream, and I kind of forgot. So we could have really got off into, you know, the
we could pick it up.
Yeah, but we can most definitely pick it up, man, because you know we you know. All the people got to do is tune in from 9 to 11 every Monday through Thursday and check out Bearded Conversation. But this is the link. Hey, if anybody is interested in what I said out there in the chat or anybody viewing, this is the link to Ms. Sharjad Ali last interview, and you guys can listen to the things that she said and check it out for yourself, so you guys can get a better understanding of what I was trying to present.
When we bring it up tomorrow, y'all can have y'all opinion to be able to toss out there because y'all the interview too.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Oh, and part of Roscoe not being here, I'm going to apologize, man. This morning I was taking my kids to school before I get up out of here. Man, my tire is just, oh man. Then I left my hazard lights on, so when I went out to try to go fix the tire, guess what? The car didn't start up. Oh man. Yeah, so yeah, you say the yeah. Yeah, man, string of unfortunate events.
Oh yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying. Oh, but with that being said, man, Master Teacher, close us out for the night, man. What you think about tonight's show, man? And give us a little word of encouragement, my brother.
I mean, as always, it's good you got some overseas people talking about topics that we've talked about before and over the years. I keep saying, keep trying to bring these topics up because you are starting to become your show and your co-hosts are starting to become a fine point between making a decision and actually like discovering an observational point of view, like what you should look at versus just making a finite decision. So as always, dude, I appreciate the discourse. I jumped on as soon as I saw you overseas, chat. And I was like, oh, wow, the dude's like an expat, but then he has this wealth of knowledge. So just keep going, man. Keep pushing it. Don't be afraid of the topics or the criticism because it's part of the content. And I'll see you next round.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Hey, man. Hey, man, it's always a pleasure when Master Teacher hit the panel, man. Yeah, hey, man, we love Master Teacher here. Hey, man, we love all our moderators here on Bearded Conversation, man. Hey, man, y'all need to start checking us out every Monday through Thursday, 9 to 11 here on Bearded Conversation.
9 p.m.
Hey,
to 11 p.m.
And if y'all can't stay the whole
Overseas,
time, man.
It might be 5 in the mornings, it's 7.
Yeah, and if y'all can't stay the whole time, man, check us out, man. With that being said, man.
And you can always go to our page and see whatever episode that you missed out on. Say you couldn't make it tonight, but you just wanted to see what we talked about. It will be up for your viewing pleasure as soon as we get off.
Yeah, as soon as we get off. So with that being said, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode.
Like somebody came in late somewhere.
Who came in late up there? Who came in late? Who you talking about? Miss Starworth came in late. Glenn B was in here. Marbius, brother Marbius. He said he had just woke up. The Baron. I'm sorry, the Baron.
So the
Baron. I'm sorry.
Everything you missed. It was a good episode. You would have loved it. Now you still can.
Yeah, man. Hey, and don't forget to follow your boys, man, on all social media platforms. Yeah, it's the Bewitching Hour. Hey, with that being said, man, let's see what I want to close out to. I want to get the people some good superhero music. Let's see. Any, mini, money, mo with superhero music. Let's go. Give y'all superhero music, man, and we out of this piece. Hey, thank y'all for joining us in another episode of Bearded Conversation, man. We appreciate y'all tonight, man. Hey, I appreciate all my followers, all my viewers, fans, and subscribers. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thumb up the video, and share the content, Hey, good morning and grand rising. My bad, I said good morning and grand rising. Good evening and grand rising to all my beautiful people, all my beautiful people.
High and low.
Yeah, you know what I'm
far
saying?
and wide.
All across the globe.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so with that being said, man, yeah, man, don't forget to follow your boys, man. Roscoe, L Boogie, and Beard Gang is Con. Twitch, Instagram, Facebook. And when you get to the Instagram,
with a Z on it.
Oh, don't forget to support. Yeah, I forgot, man. Yeah, support the movement, man. Hey, hit the Cash App, $sign Bearded Bucks with a Z.
With a Z on it.
That's $sign Bearded Bucks with a Z.
With a Z on it.
$sign. One more time. Bearded Bucks with a Z. Support the movement, man.
Z on it.
Yeah, man.
BEARDEDBUCKZ. You know what that means?
Support the guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But yeah, man. So, hey, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Hey, like I say, man, we love y'all here on Bearded Conversation, man. Hey, those that fuck with us, fuck with us. Those that don't, fuck with us anyway, man. Hey, stay tuned tomorrow. Same black time, same black channel. With that being said, let this rock, man.
That like we practiced.
That was some improv too. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget, 8/21/24, man. Bearded Conversation.
8/21/24. First
youth event / back to school.
29th birthday.
On my 29th birthday.
On his 29th.
You know what I'm saying? I think I'm like 10, not 29, man.
Hey, add 10 on it.
Hey, with that being said, man, hey, we love y'all. Good night. Grand Rising, and we out.